Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Oh shit, they opened up La Cienega. I haven't driven down here in a long time. Going north on from Slauson. Oh, they made it wider. Probably for the football traffic and stuff that's gonna be coming over the next years. And the Clippers are coming too. Oh man, it's a beautiful thing. Anyways, man, from Slauson to Stocker, they opened it up a little bit in case you guys were wondering. All right, let's talk about this for a second, man. September 28th, got a great event coming. August 25th, backpack and haircut giveaway. And Ticket and I'm gonna go off on the show today, man, because I just got to finish watching Trill Boxing Talk, and I'm gonna tell you what bothered me most about Terrence Crawford. But before I get into that, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I drove up to Andre Ward just to do the interview with Andre Ward, right? Didn't want no money, didn't ask for no money. I fortunate enough I got a credential to that fight, right? And I did this because I need for him to, I went up there with the pretense so he can understand that you can't split the black vote. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got to be on the same ticket and get him. One got to be president, one got to be vice president, but you can't split the black vote, right? And then he ultimately told me, well, my father's white. ASAP Rocky, right? I think that's the kid's name. And then I listened to, I watched Terrence Crawford Saturday night. I just like watching these dudes sometimes, man. And I'm sitting in the 100 section. I says, let me watch Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford for a second, right? No, forgive me, Earl Spence hadn't gotten there yet. And I saw Terrence Crawford ignore every fan. He took one picture, and I saw the guy posing for the picture, and Terrence Crawford ducks under the guy to take a picture. I can't remember whether he was white or black, or so I can't even say that he's disrespecting black fans, or he's just disrespecting fans, period. And part two to that is, sometimes you just gotta let them niggas move how they move, right? Everything that 9 out of 10 things that I do in the sport of boxing, 9 out of the 10 things I do in the sport of boxing is for the advancement of us. I'm not perfect at it. I'm gonna fail at it. I'm gonna disappoint you. You're gonna disagree with me. Sometimes you're gonna like it. Sometimes you're gonna love it. But you know my intentions is to get the black fighters paid, not be under the thumb of a promoter or a manager, and be on and get the respect that they deserve. I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in equality. And everything that I do, and honestly, when I get 60 years old and I can't cover fights like I want to, I'm not going to want to get on a plane like I want to and do this and do that, only then will I get the respect that I deserve, right? When my son, I don't know if he wants to do this, maybe my cousin, maybe a friend, I don't know. Only then will I get the respect that I deserve, right? And it just bothers me when Terrence Crawford, ESPN don't respect you, DAZN used you, and you don't embrace us. So I remember that time when you dissed Town Biz for that interview. I fucking went, but you told him to talk to your homeboy, but you interviewed with Fight Hype, right? I'm completely bewildered by that. You have a stronghold of your fan base. You are the next state over. Is Texas and Omaha next state over? I don't know. I haven't taken geography since 10th grade, but you guys are somewhere down there. The 95, if I'm not mistaken. Not the 95. Yeah, I know. The 95 is what I use to get to Virginia from New York. But the 73. I don't know. The 30 to 35. I don't know. I saw some of them freeways when I was there this weekend. But it just bothers me. It pains me to now Terrence Crawford is claiming to be a victim in all this. Don't like it. I don't like it, Terrence, because we have given you ample opportunity. And when I say we, I'm talking about these 500,000 men and women that are on the internet every day searching for information because we love the sport of boxing, searching for support. Listen, I get Terrence Crawford fans that hate me, that dislike me, but they come every fucking day to watch this channel. Every fucking day. I see the comment section every day. Oh, you love Errol Spence, but you're back every motherfucking day. All right, and I always tell this. I was never an Errol Spence fan. I had an hour-and-a-half conversation with Derek James at a hotel, and he was explaining to me how great Errol Spence was. I wasn't the guy. All right. I've grown to watch him. I've grown to appreciate him. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. When I fell in love with Errol Spence, when he and Deontay Wilder was in New York and they talked about Colin Kaepernick. Damn, I gotta answer these calls, man. But anyways, that's when I said, you know what? I need to spiritually root for this man. Deontay Wilder was already that guy with me, but when I heard him talk, I need to spiritually root for this dude. And it's easy because he's a black man. It's so easy for me to do that. But I didn't. And that's what I was trying to explain to Bomac. His character. Like, no man is perfect as it relates to character. But when you put a white man before a black man, and that nigga ain't blood to you, that nigga ain't your cousin-in-law, your brother-in-law, and that nigga ain't saved your life 30 times, he ain't bailed you out, he ain't helped you buy your house, y'all not business partners. Outside of all that shit, you better be a fucking black man. You better love the culture, because there's no such thing as equality in this country. I'm telling you right now, there's no such thing as equality in this country. I give you a great example. I flew on my own dime to go get this nigga Eddie Hearn. Right? I'm very respectful. I'm a college educated, wealthy man, right? Had all my children with the same woman. We've been down for 23 years, best friends for 23 years. I did it the white picket fence way, right? I go and interview Eddie Hearn. The motherfucker calls me a clown, and the black man behind me laughs and endorses it. Y'all saw the nigga in the interview. The nigga laughed and embraced it. I let it go because I got to get the information out of him, right? If we were in the street, I would have corrected him. But I have a camera rolling, and I understand the audience. I understand where I'm at. I understand I'm on enemy territory. No man will ever talk to me like that in that manner in real life. Just no way. I don't care if he's 6'5", 330 pounds. I can't allow it to happen. Me won't allow that to happen. But because I know what I already knew I was up against when I got on the plane, right? So I had to embrace it. I had to take it. I had to put my Jackie Robinson 42 jersey on, right, while I was doing the interview. And it's okay. I did that for us. We saw how much of a clown he really was, and how much a deflector he really was, and how much he really was not a fan of the truth, right? Now, fast forward to Saturday night. Okay, good. So there's a I'm about to read the text to y'all. So fast forward to Saturday night. This nigga says, Eddie Hearn, this nigga says, oh, you've been evicted. I didn't understand what he was saying, residences. I didn't understand, because we don't use that term. Like in your country, you say holiday, we say vacation, y'all say takeaway, we say to go. You understand what I'm saying? I've traveled the country, but I'm just not acclimated to how you put y'all words together. So he's saying you have 14 residences, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't understand what he said. But then, as he was talking, I realized I've probably been to court 14, 15 times because I had to get unlawful detainers. This nigga went and did his research on me, because it's public information. If I go to court, it's public information. When you own as much property as I do, you're going to have tenants who don't act right, tenants who don't pay rent. So it's called an unlawful detainer. So it's called Fred Hawthorne Incorporated, Fred Hawthorne LLC. I have a name for it, but I'm not going to give you guys the name. Versus the tenant's name. I probably went to court over 10 times. And that's what the fuck he's talking about. But the point I'm making is, the nigga has the right, and it's accepted for him to be blatantly disrespectful towards me, and it's accepted. He called me a clown. He did his research on me. He tried to undermine my successes. He tried to undermine and belittle and berate and disrespect the fact that I am worth more than this man. I am worth more than this motherfucker. No, by all accounts. And let me step on this nigga throat for a little bit, because I really want to disrespect Eddie Hearn. My missus is worth more than you, Eddie Hearn. My missus is a partner, motherfucker. Now let me get back to what I'm talking about. And I put her through med school, you dumb fuck. Now let me get back to reality. There goes gravity. All right. Now, so I need you to call her Dr. Hawthorne Barry Hearn. Call her Dr. Hawthorne, you dumb fuck. Dr. Hawthorne! Motherfucker. Anyways. Whew. So, getting back to the blatant disrespect. I don't know where I was, but anyways, let me move forward with this. Terrence Crawford, you allowed DAZN to use you and manipulate you for an interview. Listen, if all we gotta do is, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but the nigga just got you a hotel room and got you front row tickets, and you give the nigga an interview. I'm gonna talk about me. I'm not gonna bring anyone else in this, but I'm gonna just talk with sincere. I'm front line every time I pick up my microphone and a camera. I'm front line for the advancement of the black boxer, and I do this unwaveringly. I've never gotten a dime for nobody. No one's ever paid for me to fly anywhere. I don't accept it, because the reason why I don't accept it, because I learned a long time ago, you never ask for a $100 favor from a millionaire. All right, you don't do it. I would never ask from a tangible perspective. If I have friend A who's worth $10 million, why the fuck would I ask him for $100? I need this nigga to invest in my Buffalo Wild Wings and my laundromat that I got coming up. I ain't gonna ask no nigga for a $100 favor and he's worth $10 million. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's just common sense. It's practicality in this shit. Now, Terrence Crawford. There's a fan base every day that don't know who you are. They have to learn who you are through your Instagram posts. You've never interviewed with the black man holding a microphone. Can you understand this shit, Terrence Crawford? In the past 3 years, I've never seen you interview with the black man holding a microphone. I've never seen that. We've never seen that. Come on, man. And I'm not saying you don't like black people, but I'm saying you have to embrace us. And I'm tired of this shit. Listen, Al Heyman is doing the job that Bob Arum should be doing for you. You sit there and allow the shit to happen. Bomac, you probably are, comparatively speaking, comparative to where you were 6 years ago, you're being handsomely paid. Understand that. But if you're being handsomely paid and you accept that 6 years ago, you can't come out and scream highway robbery right now. You understand what I'm saying? It's like me. I have great friends, right? My friends yelled at me for not going to get my PhD and all this shit and going to be a lawyer. And I said, nah, I don't want to do that shit. I fucking hate school. I fucking hated it. I bullshitted my way and got my BA and did some grad school shit. I bullshitted my way through. I'm not going to say I was never the smartest person in the world as it relates to getting answers on the test. But I knew if I fucked Lisa, and if I fucked Michelle, and if I fucked this one, whether she was black, white, fat, skinny, pretty, ugly, I knew I would pass that motherfucking class, right? So I hustled my way through. And then in the locker room, we shared tests. If the nigga took the class last semester, he hands me everything, and I copy that shit word for word and get a B- in the class. I didn't give a fuck if I got an A, as long as I didn't get a D, right? Because you needed a C, at least a 2.0 to play sports, right? So my friends got mad at me. I said, nah, I don't want to do that shit. I'm gonna just bet on myself. Honestly, I had no idea I was gonna own property. That wasn't my plan. My plan wasn't to own property. I had a former drug dealer who dropped out of junior college. He came here to play basketball, dropped out of junior college and said, Fred, I was making, just to give you an idea, I was training all these NBA players that you see out of LA. I probably trained 50% of them, right? On some level, right? From the Brandon Jennings to the, shit. I don't want to get it, but there's so many of them. I already told you guys about Master P and all that. So moving forward, right? I didn't know I was going to own Pride, but I bet on myself. Now, my friends has the option now, right, to either love me for making the right decisions or hate me for making the right. I have no friends in my life that hate the decisions I made, right? They love and embrace it. It's not about how much money I'm making, right? Because I have no ceiling on what I can make. I have some friends that are still teaching, and I respect them and love them the same. I don't say, hey, I'm making more money than you. Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I got more free time. Do you know? What I try and do is say, nigga, give me $20,000 of what you're making. Let's invest and let's get great together, right? I don't sit and laugh at them or say, ha, I'm making more money than you. And my friends don't say, fuck, nigga, why you over there doing that bullshit? Why they hating on me because they have a 9-to-5 job? No, my job is to say, hey, come on, man, let's buy this house. And I guarantee you in 3 years, it'll be worth 25% more than what we bought it, right? And we'll pull out and we'll do it again and we'll do it again. And in 10 years, I guarantee you, you'll be worth $1 million. Simple equation. Terrence Crawford is making excuses and pretending to be the victim as it relates for him not taking the ultimate risk, betting on yourself in a white man society. He ain't doing it. And I'm tired of it. I'm literally tired of it. I'm tired of it because everything that I do in the sport of boxing is to protect and the love and my love for the black athlete, which Terrence Crawford falls under that. Right? And these are the facts. Terrence Crawford haven't been on True Boxing Talk once. Bomac has been on it 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. And I like Bomac. I call him, his name should be Uncle Bo. Like, because he reminds me of everybody's uncle. Like, I respect Bomac. Like Bomac does interviews. Bomac came up to me and was like, oh, you the nigga that be talking shit. And I said, yeah. And I told him, I said, the reason why I talk shit, because you know damn well you shouldn't be on Top Rank. Y'all niggas need to be free agents and get that bag against Terrence Crawford and stop splitting it with Top Rank because they don't respect you. And he shot back at me, and I respect that. That's the type of dialogue and conversation that should be happening. It shouldn't be happening. Terrence Crawford shouldn't be sending subliminal messages through his Instagram. He shouldn't be talking to the zone. Terrence Crawford should be frontlining for himself. This boxing world, I'm going to keep it real. YouTube, social media has made boxing this small. Remember in the 80s? The reason why y'all call these boxers overweight and I was having this conversation with Tyron Brown. The reason why is because they're way more accessible. Remember, Sugar Ray Leonard would be gone. Roberto Duran would be in Panama, right? Panama, wherever he's from. I don't forget right now. All right? Then they would come back and then start training, promoting the fight. Now, in between fights, these niggas on social media doing stories, Instagram posts. So social media has made them accessible, and we are actually living in vicarious. We're actually in their life. You understand? Not, and you guys know what I mean. But so at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford, there's a hub of fans who only know you on fight night. Your fans, your fans outside of Omaha, Nebraska, only know you on fight night. Only know you at the weigh-in, right? Only know, and you must embrace the truth. Truth is, Earl Spence made a great decision. Truth is, fans love Earl Spence. Truth is, I spiritually respect Earl Spence. I may not pick Earl Spence in my heart of hearts in every fight, but I'm going to root for the nigga. You understand? Like, for example, even if I thought Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, which I didn't, I think Deontay Wilder won the first half of that fight. I would not use my platform to say, hey, Tyson Fury won. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. The same way Barry Hearn used his platform to create slave contracts for whoever he was, whether it was black, whether it was white. That's the same way I don't believe in equality. You can't call it down the middle in this society. You can't. There's no such thing. This ain't baseball, where if you throw a straight pitch, it's a strike. If you throw it on the ground, it's a ball. No. This ain't no basketball scoring life. Get your equity up. I have a piece. I own, this YouTube channel owns a piece of the boxing community. Owns a piece of the boxing community. Like, for example, Eddie Hearn brags about giving IFL a million views. I laugh at that shit. You know why I laugh at that shit? You know why I laugh at that shit? Is because it doesn't translate to ticket sales. Interviewing with me translate to ticket sales. You know how I can prove it? I had 200 black men, or I had over 150 black men in Houston, Texas. I'm gonna have over 400 people at my event in Los Angeles, guaranteed. I'm going by, you know how many barbershops I done been into? Like, oh, this shit ain't big enough. Oh, this parking lot ain't big enough. Oh, man, come on, man. I'm being as real as I can be. Because I know the turnout that's going to come out. You understand? My city going to fuck with me. And the fight fans that's flying in going to fuck with me. I generate money for the sport of boxing. In the millions. Y'all like, Fred, you could. No, in the motherfucking millions. If a motherfucker's buying a plane ticket, if the motherfucker's buying a hotel, if the motherfucker's buying 2 tickets for him and his boy, him and his girl, motherfucker's buying food, right? Times that shit by 500 people for the next upcoming fight. And then they catch an Uber to the event on Saturday. I'm helping generate millions and millions of dollars. And if y'all motherfuckers, see, here's what's gonna start happening. Here's what's gonna start happening. See, y'all already know. Y'all can call me militant. Y'all can call me. I'm ready to slash. I'm just gonna keep it. Y'all know what I'm thinking right now. It's gonna get to the point where we say, "Fuck y'all. We not coming to y'all fights. We not supporting y'all fights. We not buying merchandise." And watch us make a great impact. Because every person that came to Houston has a dollar sign. Ding, ding, ding. Has a dollar sign, right? Is a dollar sign to a promoter. And if they come and fucking with us the morning of the fight, if they fucking with the LDBC the morning of the fight, and honestly, 25 to 40% of them, if not more, are inspired to come because of the event, knowing that we're going to have a gathering, knowing that we're going to have a motherfucking LDBC family reunion. I can show you 75 comments right now, and I can show you at least 75 DMs. If you put my email together, over 100 DMs and emails right now. Fred, man, what do you need? I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to see you, man. What you doing for the culture is amazing. You and the LDBC are amazing. I can't wait to see you on September 28th. 75 to 100. And Terrence Crawford, if your team can't acknowledge and respect that, and you go interview with DAZN, and you don't go on Trill Boxing Talk in the morning, I don't know if there's a media outlet in Omaha. Who's your favorite? And every time we see you, you're on Fight Hype and DAZN. Man, come on, man. It's intention. At this point, it becomes intentional. Now, his sister, his mother, his best friend needs to understand and recognize this. Earl Spence, I don't know, but the nigga had 1 million diamonds on him. And I love it. I'm sitting there loving every second of this shit. Loving every second. And I saw Terrence Crawford leave before Earl Spence got equal to him. When I mean equal, I mean side by side. Because they were about 4 chairs. Separated them was about 4 chairs. Earl Spence couldn't move, so it took him longer to get to that space. I'm willing to bet internally Terrence Crawford felt a certain type of way, because the fanfare that Earl Spence was getting was about 700-800% greater than the fanfare Terrence Crawford was getting. Now, take it, mind you, we're in Dallas, Texas. It's Earl Spence City. So yes, it's going to be, the percentages will be skewed. If we were in Omaha, Nebraska, I'm almost certain fans would love Terrence Crawford more than Earl Spence, right? So all things being considered unequal, he has an unfair competitive advantage. Okay, I'll give you that. But I'm gonna tell you this. This is my message to Terrence Crawford's inner circle of influence. His sparring partners, his trainers. I will say this. Y'all do a great job of preparing him to fight. Y'all do a great job. I'm gonna say this again. Y'all do a great job preparing him to fight. Great job. Probably the best. 3 division world champions, never lost. He made every fight look easy. Once he adapts, I will forever, no matter what I say about Terrence Crawford, no matter, you guys can agree or disagree with me, I've never rooted against him ever in my life. Never. I can't. I don't know how. Like, people say, 10 people ask me, who you got in this fight? I said, Maurice Hooker's fighting Mexican. Like, who do you want me to root for? I didn't do no breakdown of the fight, but I was rooting for Maurice Hooker. Like, it's just reality. It's like every Mexican that was there was rooting for Jose Ramirez. The fuck? Y'all gonna get mad at me for rooting for Maurice Hooker because he's a black man? I'm not a fan of Maurice Hooker. Like a fan, you guys know where I'm going with that. So Terrence Crawford's inner circle of influence. Do a great job with him. But y'all better fasten y'all seat belts and, as Kobe say, put your big boy pants on, because at the end of the day, the leader is a black man by the name of Terrence Crawford and Bomac, right? You guys are in charge. They don't love you. Tyson Fury had a 2.5-hour special, and you get thrown on the app with no shoulder promotion, with no shoulder programming. Shoulder programming is the events before and after events leading into the fights that help promotes the fight, that bridges the fans, so they keep it on the channel. They fall asleep, they wake up, and they hear Terrence Crawford's name. You understand? Shakur Stevenson is getting it rather young. I'm going to stay on Shakur Stevenson and encourage him to bet on himself. I'm not encouraging him to go to PBC, because you can be a free agent and still work with PBC and get big time dollars because he's young enough, right? So at the end of the day, Terrence, I'm going to tell you, keep it real. You don't see the fact that I love you. You don't see the fact that I don't accept money from people. I don't accept from fighters and shit. I don't accept it from them. I don't have to. I do this because I love the sport of boxing. YouTube pays me enough so I can travel. Y'all help with donations. Y'all send to the Cash App and the PayPal, and y'all donate to the Super Chats. I appreciate every penny that comes in. I want to make it on my own dime. I don't want no fighter coming up to me, no manager, no promoter, no Fox, no DAZN, no Showtime coming to me and said, I supported Fred. Nah, I'm not like the other media outlets like the Pheno Boxings, and the other media outlets that get paid to go to the DAZN event. I wouldn't have accepted it. I wouldn't have did it. I don't need that in my life. I don't need for them to pay me to feel accepted. Fuck that shit. I'm my own man. Barbershop conversations, man. I gotta change my flat tire today. For those of you who don't know, the Model X Tesla doesn't come with a spare tire. I didn't know this shit. I just assumed that it did. I went under the hood. The shit don't come with a spare tire. So what happens when you have a spare tire with it? I don't know if a car has a spare tire, but the Model X doesn't. And what happens is Tesla has a outreach. So you call Tesla, they come pick up the tire, they put a spare on you. But here's the sad part about this bullshit. You have to go get your tire changed. You got to go to the Tesla shit. So it takes 2 hours out of your day. You know what I mean? But I'm going to another place to get the tire $100 cheaper. It's $331 for this tire if I go over here. $440 if I buy it through Tesla. So I'm driving to save $100. So that's it, man. Be financially, fiscally responsible. And so if you decide on getting a Tesla, buy a spare tire with it just in case this ever happens to you. All right, and that's what I had to learn. So keep it in your garage, keep it accessible, so you can just send an Uber to send you the tire, or you can tow your car home and put the tire on yourself. You know what I mean? Just keep it accessible. I didn't know that. So barbershop conversations, man. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this, but barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Terrence Crawford, it's time. Come home, Terrence Crawford. Come home. Stop ducking and dodging us for no reason. You're ducking and dodging us, and you're not getting the respect over at the end. I'm done. Peace.